Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
We're live. Let's go.
Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. La 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 la. Going out to see a movie. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy.
Think you groovy. Think you groovy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plastic EP. Wait, I got to put my glasses on. I got to do my famous. Hello, everyone. This is Plastic EP from Melbourne, Australia. Yes.
George Trullinger coming in from the US. How are you, George?
Hey, it's great here in Florida. We hope you're having. I just heard on the news they're not kidding around. Melbourne is locked down.
Yeah, we're locked down, and we need more artists coming on to say hello to us now because people are bored here.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. We can't leave our house. We're actually locked in our house from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So I'm locked in the house with my wife. It's scary.
Well,
now,
we are.
George, you got a fantastic new show coming up. Tell me about this.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be our live tribute to the music of Buddy Holly. And I've got my good friends from a group that you need to interview. They're called Beetle Beat. And they're from here in Orlando, Florida. And Charlie DeCosa plays bass. And they're great friends with the Fab Four. And Jimmy Pappas is going to be on drums. Oh, yes. The old stone face.
A lot of people know. Tell me about Jimmy Pappas. He's obviously Greek, yeah?
He's actually he's from New York, but he puts out his own records for Trop Rock, and he plays the parking lots whenever Jimmy Buffett is in town. All the Parrot Heads go. He's got his own music. Really, really a talented cat. He's a guitar player, a singer. And you need to get both these guys on your show. I've told them.
I'll talk to you, but as I said, here in Melbourne, if you got the name Pappas, your Greek background.
Yeah.
Well, look, I want to talk about some of your friends. Who are these guys?
That's Jerry Lee Lewis, and that was taken a long time ago. Rick Nelson. They were playing at the Sahara Hotel, and Rick Nelson was his opening act. And that was we went and saw the show. I saw the show twice, actually. It was unbelievable to be in his presence. And he actually, that night, came on stage. We had a fellow from Beatlemania, Randy Clark, doing John Lennon. And he opens up playing his guitar. And he was playing rock and roll music. Just let me hear some of that rock and roll.
How about this guy? I love this guy.
Dion. Oh, yeah.
Runaway.
Well, I'm the kind of guy who will never settle down. Forever pretty girls know that I'll be found.
I kiss them, I love them, man. I treat them all the same. I hug them and I squeeze them. I don't even
know the name. They call the Wanderer. Yeah, the Wanderer.
I go around.
He is great. Of course, he was with Buddy Holly. Very good friends with Buddy. And he has a special that you can see on Netflix or on, I believe it's Netflix, talking about the last days of the Winter Dance Party and being with Buddy Holly and Richie Valens and, of course, the Big Bopper. And the rest is history. You know, the reason that Buddy Holly, and Dion told me this story, when we do these oldies cruises, I just sit and have coffee and let these guys talk. And it's so amazing to hear the stories from the road. And at the time, they were traveling the Winter Dance Party, and it was so cold. They were traveling on a bus, not a luxurious bus, but like a school bus. And the heater was broken. And the drummer, actually, a guy named Carl Bunch, actually was so cold on the bus, he got frostbite, had a couple of his toes amputated, and they sent him home. And when that happened, then Buddy Holly played the drums, and they would play drums for different acts. So the last time Buddy Holly was on stage, he was playing drums for Richie Valens, who had the big hit at the time, La Bamba. And that was actually the last time Buddy Holly played at the Surf Ballroom, was playing drums for Richie Valens. And all kinds of interesting stories from the road. Dion, just a class act. Just a great guy.
George, I've got to ask you, one of my favorite songs is Donna. Can you play a bit of Donna?
Oh, Donna, oh, Donna, I had a girl, and Donna was her name. Since she left me, well, I've never been the same. Well, I love my girl, Donna, oh, where can you be?
Where can you be?
We do all those songs.
I love it.
All of the songs.
Now, here's another guy you know.
Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was the fabulous Liberace. And I just want to say how marvelous it was to see here and see the Legend show and my good friend, Buddy Holly. Liberace, he was really, really super, super nice guy, very talented, and one of the most gracious people. You know, I'll tell you, this will tell you about Liberace. You know, he was a big star. And that was probably from about 83 or 84. And he was a big star, headlining the Las Vegas Hilton, and he had his own restaurant. He waited until the lights went down to take his seat so that him walking in and everybody looking at him wouldn't take away from the show. What a class act Liberace was. He was just terrific.
Do you know he also played in an episode of The Monkees? He smashes the piano. Have you seen that episode?
I have not, but it would not surprise me. He was in a movie. I think the only movie he did was a movie made about 1963 or 64, starring Robert Morse and John Gielgud. It was actually a very dark comedy called The Loved One. The Loved One. Jonathan Winters, a lot of big stars, Milton Berle, all about the funeral business. And even Paul Williams is a young boy in that movie. Check it out, The Loved One. And and Liberace is a casket salesman in that, and really does a great job. I'm surprised he didn't do more movies.
Do you know that he also I'm saying Paul Williams wrote the song Someday Man for the Monkees. Someday Man.
Yeah.
That was the flip side of Listen to the Band. And also, I'm just saying, remember that movie, It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World?
Yes.
That's a great movie, that one with the palm trees.
Oh, yeah. The Big W.
Yeah, that's right. I love that. That's a great movie.
The Paul Williams, I got to meet him when I was working with Bill Medley from the Righteous Brothers, and he came down. Of course, he did a song that the Carpenters did called We've Only Just Begun. That was originally a jingle for a bank in Los Angeles.
Exactly.
And the Carpenters, of course, turned that into a #1 hit. Look at us.
Fantastic.
Look at us with our sunglasses. I have my...
Yeah, we look good. Now, listen, can you tell me what these are? These are flyers from your old shows. Is that right?
That is that's a table tent from the Legend show. That's from about 1986. And those were on the table. And if you open it up, it gave who was in the show. It was like a program. And people used to take them home. I've got a couple of those floating around.
And what's that one?
That's the cover of Fun and Gaming magazine. And, of course, I'm on with the fellow Tony Roy, who does Elvis, and a gal named Laura Peters as Marilyn Monroe.
And this one?
That was from our tour of Russia in 1991. And we flew over there on a mission of, they called it cultural tourism. And we brought rock and roll to the Russian people. This was shortly after the coup in 1991.
How big is that? Now, listen, with Vegas, how many years were you there for the Legend show? You got to tell me.
Almost, of course, I lived in Las Vegas. I came for a 3-week job that lasted almost 27 years. And really terrific, great experience. Of course, when I was in the Vegas show, I started off doing Buddy Holly, and I wound up developing other characters, Mick Jagger and Ed Sullivan, and now I pretty much do Ed Sullivan for the Fab Four. Under normal circumstances, work with the guys.
Listen, I'm going to ask you, with Buddy Holly, are you able to do Mailman Bring Me No Blues? I love that song, and the Beatles love that song too.
I've got all the albums. Oh, I got a little tilted here. Let's put on the Buddy Holly glasses. I love the.
You're a dead ringer.
When I was a boy, it was even better. But I'm holding up. Thank God I kept my hair all these years. Let me adjust it. I have some of my guitars in the background. There's my Buddy Holly Stratocaster, and then my Hofner bass. I got that from Tony Kishman, who played Paul in Beatlemania for a number of years. But I like a lot of the weatherman says clear today. He doesn't know you've gone away, but it's raining in my heart. And I like
Mailman Bring Me No Blues.
I'm gonna have to look that one up. I
right.
like this one. Lying in bed, crying for you. I don't know, baby, what I'm gonna do, but I'm looking for someone to love. Looking for someone to love. You're not here, and baby, I don't care, 'cause I'm looking for someone to love. We do
Keep
that.
going. I love that one. Keep going on that one. I love it.
Telephone ring, shining star. I look around, baby, and there you are. But I'm looking for someone to love. Looking for someone to love. You're not here, and baby, I don't care, 'cause I'm looking for someone to love. That's a little bit like Oh Boy,
I love
all
it.
of my love, all of my kissing. You don't know what you've been a missing, oh boy. When you're with me, oh boy, I want the world to see that you are world man for me.
You know what? Those songs must sound fantastic. Like when you're playing in concert with a band behind you. That must sound unreal. Seriously. You agree?
I do. That the music is simple, and a lot of guys who start off, and that's part of the reason, the charm of it. Everybody can sing a part. Peggy Sue's very easy. A lot of Buddy Holly songs that I do are in the key of A. Very seldom, not Fade Away. Bop, 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 bop. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna be. Bop, 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 bop. You're gonna give your love to me. Hit for the Rolling Stones,
Yeah, I know. I love it.
But
you can play a little bit more. Let's do another one. Let's do a couple of those early ones. I love it.
Well, I got me a girl named Olivie. Olivie come from Memphis, Tennessee. And tonight we're gonna rock around with Olivie. Olivie. Olivie says she's gonna do me right tonight. I'm gonna wear my blue suede shoes tonight. And tonight we're gonna rock around with Olivie. Olivie. Well, we're gonna rock to the rhythm and the blues tonight. Rocking everything, gonna be alright. Yeah, tonight we're gonna rock around with Olivie. Olivie. Yeah, tonight we're gonna rock around with Olivie. Olivie.
Let's have another one now. We're going to have an early one, a couple of early ones. We've got people now texting. They're loving it. So let's just keep these ones going.
All right. It's so easy to fall in love. It's so easy to fall
in love.
They'll all be in the show. We're doing that one. What about well, the little things that you say and do Make me want
Let's
to
hope
be
you haven't
with you.
frozen.
Rave
I think-
on, it's a crazy feeling. I know you got me raving when you say I love you. Rave on, rave on.
Let's get the hits coming now. They're loving it. The people are loving it out there. You froze for about 2 minutes, but you're coming back.
Oh, that's all right.
I love those songs. Gotta keep it going. Come on, what's another one of his first album?
All right. Maybe, baby, I'll have you. Maybe, baby, you be true. Maybe, baby, well, you will love me someday. Funny, honey, but you don't care. You never listen to my prayer.
Yeah.
Maybe, baby, well, you will love me someday. Well, you are the one makes me glad. Any other woman just makes me sad. And when someone asks of me, I'll be yours. Wait and see. Maybe, baby, I'll have you. Maybe, baby, you be true. Maybe, baby, you'll love me someday. Well, maybe, baby, I'll have you for me.
Peggy Sue.
If you knew Peggy Sue, then you know why I feel blue about Peggy. My Peggy Sue, ooh, 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 wanna love you, gal. I want you, Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, pretty, 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 pretty Peggy Sue. Oh, Peggy, my Peggy Sue, all right. I wanna love you, gal. I want you, Peggy Sue.
Let's keep it going now.
We
Those
get them
other-
all, man. We play them all.
Come
Wind
on,
up
let's
doing
do
the whole
more.
show for you.
Yeah, let's go some more. Come on, people are loving it.
Just you know why you and I will by and by know true love ways. And sometimes we'll cry, and sometimes we'll sigh, and you know why. Just you and I know true love ways. Throughout the days, our true love ways will bring us joys to share for those who really care. And sometimes we'll cry, and sometimes we'll sigh. And you know why, just you and I know true love ways. No true love ways.
Have we done It's So Easy to Fall in Love?
It's so easy to fall in love. It's so easy to fall in love. People tell me love is for fools. Here I go, breaking all the rules. It seems so easy.
So easy, seems
Yeah,
so
yeah,
easy.
yeah, so doggone
Seems so
easy.
easy.
Whoa, 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 it feels so easy. Yeah, 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 girl, where you're concerned, my heart has learned it's so easy to fall in love. It's so easy to fall in love. We'll do the whole show.
We may as well. You know what? It's cheering up a lot of people here in Australia because we're in lockdown.
Yeah.
So I reckon that's fantastic.
We have a lot of fun. It's great music. Of course, I'm a big fan of Elvis. Of course, the Beatles. The Beatles are there. Nobody were like the Beatles and the Monkees.
Take the last train to Clarksville, and I'll meet you at the station. You can be here by 4:30 because I made your reservation. Don't be slow.
You know it, baby.
I know. Hey, listen, I got to ask you, can you do a Buddy Holly song, but do it like John Lennon? Do it like the Beatles would do it. Young Beatles.
Hold me close and tell me how you feel. Tell me love is real. Ooh, words of love you whisper soft and true. Darling, I love you. Ooh,
Now, George, you got to tell me about the show now. I want to know when it's on, what the links is, where they buy the tickets. Go through all this, please.
well, it's going to be this coming Friday night. Now, for you folks in Australia, it's 7 o'clock our time here in Florida. So I believe it'll be probably the middle of the next, early morning the next day for you. How many hours ahead are you there, Plastic?
Let me tell you something if I can. If you go to date and time, it's called date. Are you Central Time, Eastern Side Time, or Pacific Time? What are you?
Eastern, same as New York.
Okay, there isn't a problem. This is how I work it out, right? 8 a.m. in the morning here in Melbourne. It's 6 p.m. Eastern Time there. That's my rule.
Okay, so 9 in the morning.
That's
so
it.
This coming Friday, for all you people in Australia, Melbourne and everywhere, 9 a.m. in the morning, and I'll give you a link. You be kind enough to share that link so people can tune in. We're going to be live. Charlie DeCosa is going to be on upright bass. Jimmy Pappas is going to be on drums, and of course, I'll be doing the guitar work. And we'll be at Charlie's house where he's got all the graphics and everything. And then we'll have a PayPal account where if people like what they hear, they could kick in a couple bucks and help pay for everything. And you know, we're all adjusting to this difficult time with the pandemic and the lockdowns. And I mean, there's really no gigs. Doing the same thing very much what the Fab Four are doing, trying to do things online. And I know people that people watch on their phones, of course, but they can put it on a big screen TV and they make, just like watching a TV show. And you can comment, you can text in comments, songs that you'd like to hear. I'm going to learn that one. What's the name of the one you like from Buddy Holly?
Mailman, bring me no blues.
Mailman, bring me no blues.
The Beatles did a version of it when they were doing Let It Be when they had the sessions.
Okay, Mailman, bring me no blues. I'll talk to you
And
about
also,
it.
I've got to ask you, George, this show that you're doing, it's going to be live on the net. That's right?
That's right. We'll be.
So what happens is I can get a link and put it to my main page. Can I do that while you're doing it live, or you can't?
I'll send you a link. I already have the link, and if you'll be kind enough, and your listeners will be kind enough to share it, anybody who's a Buddy Holly fan, we're going to be trying to play a little bit of everything. I'm a big Hank Williams fan. That's what I started learning on, and I've done some shows here in the South as Hank Williams too. You know, I'm just a big fan of music, and a lot of that comes from my grandmother, who was from Oklahoma. She used to love Johnny Cash, so I always, you know, played it for her. Well, I hear the train a-comin', running round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on. And I hear that lonesome whistle on down to San Antone. You know, we play.
You sing him in key. You can do him as well, don't you? Do you perform him, Johnny Cash?
I do a bit. I do a little bit in the show. I do a funny bit, and then I do a serious song. You know.
You sound just like him.
I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my pants up with a piece of twine. Because you're mine, please pull the twine. You know.
That's funny. What about Ring of Fire?
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire. That ring of fire.
You heard that story about Davy Jones went to his house and he used the toilet? No, he used the toilet. Davy Jones, true story. And he goes up to Johnny Cash. He said, how come there's barbed wire inside the toilet when you lift it up like it's through, I don't know, whether it's in wood or, wouldn't have been in wood. It might have been in plastic or wood. I don't know. And he goes, son, have you ever heard of that song, Ring of Fire? True story. He had a barbed wire on the toilet seat.
I wanted to let you know, Plastic, this is my George Martin tie. George Martin.
Did he give it to you?
No. It was a line of clothing. The George Martin, it comes from the George Martin collection.
Do you know what I've got to say? This is what's happening, right? On Sunday, I've got a new show, 7 p.m. live, and it's called Plastic EP and Chachi Live. Now, we've got two special guests on, right? And one of the guests is the guy who gave you the bass, Tony Kishman. It's going to be on the
Kishman. He is so great. I've got so many Tony Kishman stories. He is
Tell me a couple. I love the guy.
He is funny. He is great. Been doing Paul McCartney. He was with a band called I can't think of it right this minute. I'll think of it. He can tell you about it. He's had hit records. He has traveled the world. He does his own McCartney. I can't say enough great things about him. And he's about to be a father again. He's got grown daughters, and he and Bree are expecting a baby very soon. So
fantastic.
Tony,
he's coming to Australia. You know, he's coming to Australia. When he comes to tour, we're going to hook up. Whenever that is, that's going to happen.
Just a fantastic guy. Wonderful, very funny. I've had so many great times working shows with Tony. We went to Japan together a long time ago, and just again, another one of those guys that I always looked up to, like Mitch. I told you the story this morning. I texted you about when Mitch was playing in Beatlemania. They played at Knott's Berry Farm, and me and Ron, both being Orange County guys, we were kids, and we would go out there. They played the Cloud 9 Ballroom, and Ron was like, you know, when I started working with Ron and we started comparing notes, I never met him, and Ron's wife, Cassie, she and I worked, we didn't know each other, but she and I worked at Disneyland the same time. So it is a very small world, but we always talk about going to Knott's Berry Farm to see Mitch Wiseman and Bobby Taylor and all these great guys. Bobby Taylor's another one I could get you. He played in Beatlemania for a long time. Very accomplished.
Mitch yesterday said thank you to Ron for doing the greatest introductions he's ever had.
Well, I told you that. That's the one great thing about Facebook. You and I have never met in person, and I suspect one day we will. Whether you
I'll come to Florida with those alligators as big as cows,
or I come to Australia. But this is the remarkable time that we live in. We use this technology to meet new people, to make acquaintances. And you had my friend Scott Totten on. You had Jeffrey Allen Ross, Peter Asher, who I've worked with a couple of times. That's a funny bit. Peter Asher, I got asked when we were doing the cruise ship to introduce Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. You know Gary?
Yep.
We might be able to, he's from Florida too. We might be able to get you Gary Puckett. He's got a lot of stories.
I'm a big fan. Young girl, get out of my line.
He's just very great. So I know their drummer very well. And
I'll interview him. That'll be cool.
Absolutely. Oh, you would love Mike Candido is his name. And
you know Candido? Remember that song Candido?
Yeah. Tony Orlando. Candido. But, so he was telling Gary, hey, this guy does a great Ed Sullivan. You ought to let him introduce you. And which was a little not touchy, but Peter Asher is like the host of the cruise. So he does a lot of the introductions, and he'll tell a story about the first time he met Smokey Robinson or whoever he's about to introduce. So they ran it by Peter. He goes, well, you know, I was on the Ed Sullivan Show 4 times. Gary Puckett was. And he said, that would be great. Because at the top of the show, they run actually a bit of video of Ed Sullivan being on the Ed Sullivan Show. So we talked to Peter Asher. Of course, we didn't want to make him angry or anything, which he wasn't. He was delightful. So he comes out, and Peter Asher, he starts producing it. It's a 1-minute spot. And he says, all right, I'll go out and I'll bring out Ed Sullivan. And then as he's walking off, he introduced me. He said, Gordon and I were very fortunate to appear on the Ed Sullivan Show. And as chance may have it, I ran into this gentleman backstage, and it was quite a shock to me because, to my knowledge, he's been dead for quite a long time. So here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the very dead Ed Sullivan. And I come walking out, I shake hands with Peter Asher, and as he's walking off stage and I'm doing my bit, I said, let's hear it. Peter Sellers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Peter Sellers. And he got a big kick out of it. And then I did my bit and introduced Gary Puckett. But this ride that we're on, that right now we're doing differently, doing shows in our home and putting them out on the internet, trying to get people to tune in, trying to get people to maybe make a contribution on PayPal. It's a new thing, but it's the ride of our lives. You know, I've been doing this since I was like 13 years old, playing in bands, rehearsing songs. You know, before we went on the air, I was trying to learn your songs that I've only heard once or twice.
Again. The new one's out. Just play a little bit of it.
Come on, it looks like we're headed for love. Come on, it looks like we're headed for love. Now, girl, we're headed for love. Now, girl, we're headed for love. Looks like we're headed for love. Come on, it looks like we're headed for love. Come on, it looks like we're headed for. Come on, it looks like we're headed for love. Looks like we're headed for love. Girl, now we're headed for love. Girl, now we're headed for love. I learned it a little better.
Good song. It's actually a real good song.
Yeah, man. So,
you know what I admire about you, George? I love it when you tell me you do a show and then you say the word, there's my friend Plastic EP. Plastic EP from Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne. Hey, everyone. Good day, eh? Listen, mate. Drink a pint of Foster's, mate. Melbourne Plastic EP from Melbourne, Australia.
Hey, I like the one you did with Timmy.
Yeah.
And you go, I want to shout out to Plastic EP. And he goes, what's that? And you go, that's a guy. That's his handle. Plastic EP.
That's his handle. That's a real guy. And then, of course, Timmy comes on your show, and now he's like, oh, Plastic. Oh, that guy's quality. We love him. We'll give you a shout out on the show this Friday. Absolutely.
Yeah, do that. Never get a link. I want to put it on my main page.
We'll do that. I'll get it to you on Messenger or something. But yeah, that'll be.
Before you go, I need you, as I said, tell me the exact details of this now. What they got to do for that.
You could go to my Facebook page, which is George Trullinger, and I'm going to be doing commercials all week long, little video spots, and I'll be posting the link that you can save. There's also an event on Facebook. I don't, this is all kind of new. I don't really know how it works, but I'm going to be, that'll be the only thing I do this week on Facebook, is promoting the show on Friday. It's going to be on the Fab Fours page. I got off the phone with Ron. He's going to do it. And, they're doing a live show this Saturday, the Cavern Years. So that's I've been tuning in for all of those. So, we're all trying to make it through this new world, the way things are done. And we want to be professionals, and we want everybody to enjoy it. And one thing about it, I'm glad that I met you, and that you're giving so many of my friends a chance to be on your show and to get their message of positivity out. I think if we all stay positive, listen to some music. What you have to do, we all know what's going on. Turn the news off. Put on some music that you enjoy.
Yeah, agree.
Talk to people. That FaceTime, on your phones. That stay in touch with people, because that's what really people are looking for. They're just looking for somebody, a friend, or someone they love, to say, you know what, it's going to be all right.
Someone to love. Get the guitar. Looking for someone to love.
Well, I'm looking for someone to love. Looking for someone to love. You're not here, baby, I don't care, 'cause I'm looking for someone to love. Telephone ring, shining star. I look around, baby, and there you are. But I'm looking for someone to love. Looking for someone to love. You're not here, I don't care. Looking for someone to love.
George Trullinger, thank you so much. I want a link. If I can show this show live, I will. So from Plastic EP and
George Trullinger with our Big Buddy Holly show this Friday night. Look for us on Facebook, and it'll be out there. Tell your friends, if you're a Buddy Holly fan or you just like rock and roll, we got a great show for you. I'm going to even get my hair cut. I haven't cut my hair in a couple of months.
Don't miss that show, everybody.
Thank
Talk to
you,
you
Plastic.
soon. I loved it.